major realization that all this self will bring you to that self substantiation is about being unlimited and then to unlimited potential. And what of course goes on before then is the actual procedures that need to take place to get you ready to really experience who you are. If you notice, there are some individuals on the dimension. We have examples of everything here, but we have some individuals that are on the dimension that actually have gone crazy. You can find them in the crazy house. And of course, if you go to Jerusalem, as I talk about, there is many individuals in there with what's called Jerusalem syndrome, which is when you chant mantras for a prolonged period of time and then something happens, you can go crazy because what happens in the raising of energy in your body or the remembering of different pasts and different things that we've all collectively been through is that the initial shock of that information coming experienced by you can even damage the system if you're not prepared. And so let's talk about that. Actually, this conversation today is going to be as lengthy as possible. If I can get it done very fast as far as getting this information to you, then we'll be done. But if it needs to be lengthy because I'm still having the withdrawals of dealing with this equipment and the different meltdowns and not starting the show at 11 o'clock, then I'll wait until I get to the point where I start moving like the fast train and get completely comfortable with the message that I have to present. Because I've actually been working on this message in particular for about a week and a half. I've had some massive conversations with a few individuals just about this particular topic. I've even talked to Dan Winter about a few things in regards to how our energy functions and how other groups or hive mind groups' energy function. And I've been able to really put together a very nice, I don't even like to call it a theory because it's to me stronger than a theory. A theory is generally something that's presented and then it's then has to be proven to be true. I believe that what I'm really dealing with here is something that we all have to begin to take a look at for us to find the fine integers. But if we just use what's happening in daily life and the symbolism behind that and the shapes that are emitted behind that, I think that we'll start getting right on the top of how to crack this matrix. So self-substantiation is definitely about cracking the matrix. So let me do this. Obviously, I'm going to have to get on the board today. So I do have the board set up for me to get on there and to show some things, especially here first, so that all of this becomes a little bit more clear. So I'm going to go ahead and transition into the board, and then I'm going to head over there after I plug in this particular laptop because it looks like that it doesn't have any more power. So it's funny because these electronics always need power. They always need to be plugged in. If you ever notice, you have so many devices with you from your cell phone to um, radios to controllers to all this stuff, and it all needs power. And because this stuff is emulated, all emulated based on the universe, nature, organic, what have you, then in many senses you can actually extract the information or what I would call a template of the information of what's really going on here on this dimension from other objects. You don't always have to use yourself as the specimen, and that also allows you to become non-biased. Because when you start seeing what's happening to other entities and other beings, you start to develop more compassion, and you kind of start forgetting about you start forgetting about your situation and how bad it may be. Okay, my camera's here. You start forgetting about your situation and how bad it may be, and in fact, you start seeing, well, shoot, my situation is not bad at all. If I'm on internet right now, then my situation is nothing like so many other people around the world where there's a complete lockdown of who they are because of the particular soul group that they're in. So we need to first talk about soul groups. And before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and check in the chat box to make sure everything's loud and clear, so we don't get started here and find out that we weren't even recording. Also, I do have, speaking of recording, a full copy of today's show being recorded live now. And of course, that will be made available to everyone after the show at some point when we can get it online. So let me check in here. Okay, great. So it looks like everyone is clear. Thanks someone for notifying me. Destiny, appreciate that. And also, let me just check on the recorder, see how much battery power it has. All right, the recorder looks like it's got 6 hours. So